Hey everyone, Martin Favre, Galaxy Sailor Productions, got another video for you this week. This time I am going to talk about when do you say no on a project. Over the few years that I've been doing this kind of work, I've had a lot of people who have approached me and asked me to work when they've had no budget or really not any kind of credit either, but wanted to be able to produce something. Many times it's been documentaries, but it's been wanting to do their short films. I don't believe I've been approached about doing a feature film for free. Oh no, I have been. Yeah, take that f***ing shit. I should probably edit that part out. In my early days, when I was answering Craigslist ads, I was willing to take on a lot of different work for free, tons of different work. In fact, if you were willing to open a can of soup and you wanted it filmed, I was the guy with the camera. But as time went on, I started realizing that my altruistic nature was not paying the bills and it wasn't actually getting me anywhere in my career. So when do you say no? When do you say yes? When do you take things on? That's a really difficult question to be able to ask. Right now I'm being asked to work on a documentary film, and it's one that has a subject matter that is really, really dear to me. I would love nothing more than to be working on this, but I'm probably not going to be able to, because right now there's no budget. There's no money, there's no anything other than a really good feeling of doing something. As much as I would love to be able to be in a position and say, yes, I can work on your documentary, I would love nothing more than to take the next 6 to 8 months and do that. I can't, simply because I've made a choice. I've made a choice to have a studio, I've made a choice to pay the rent on it, to have gear, to pay for my internet services, to pay for my editing system that's now on a monthly basis for its license. There are all these things that I've made choices for. So now I'm having to pay for those choices. So really what a lot of this comes down to are, what are the choices that you're prepared to make as a filmmaker? Do you want to make the choices where you are exclusively working for money and that's it? Or do you want to allow yourself to be available to work on any project that you want to at any point in time simply because it's the right project that you're totally in love with? That's kind of tough. I've actually gotten myself now to where I'm going to turn something down simply because there's no way for me to maintain the position that I've put myself in by taking on a free project. Honestly, I wish I was in a position where my business was doing so well that I would be able to go and work on this project because I could, and I still had the ability to maintain the choices that I had made for my company. Unfortunately, I haven't done that. So in a way, I've painted myself into a corner, and now I'm trying to figure out, when do I paint a window to crawl out of? Saying no or saying yes to projects is really an important aspect of how you are branding yourself and labeling yourself and making yourself out to be a creator. Recently, I spoke with a man whose wife is a photographer, and we got to chatting about the different aspects of our job. Admittedly, I was kind of trolling for work a little bit because I wanted another gig. And he happened to mention how his wife, as a photographer, has turned down a lot of jobs, a lot of things that she just felt were, financially, not the right choice. Not because she didn't need the work, but because the money wasn't right for the amount of work that she was going to do. What it's turned out doing for her is made her kind of exclusive, and people now seek her out even more, and she's able to get a higher rate. Does that work for everyone? I don't know. So saying no or saying yes really begins to lay down the path ahead of you as to what type of creative or business owner you could be. I think in your early days, it's a good idea to take on most any kind of a project you think you can actually get through successfully, whether it's paying or not. But at some point in time, you have to be able to say, I am labeling myself this way. I am a creative, I am a business owner, I'm a filmmaker, I'm a commercial artist. I wish I could tell you which ones to say yes and no to. I wish you could tell me which ones to say yes and no to. I wish there was so much work that we were able to all say yes and no to all the things that we would ever want to. Sometimes we don't get to. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Make sure you check out the stuff and the things down below that get you to the Twitters and the Facebooks and my website. If you have any kind of comments or questions, feel free to leave them in the section below. I would love it if anybody ever wanted to come on and discuss any kind of topics that they're interested in. If you have any ideas about some things that you would like me to talk about, I would be more than welcome to do so. Thank you so much, and hopefully you will watch the next episode.